So again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about alternative health care because we live under the same blanket of oogie boogie, scary stuff that everybody else is supposed to live under. The reason I like being an alternative practitioner, at one point in practice, a woman came in and she said that she had Ileo-Caecal, or no, she said she had an appendix problem. And she hadn't been to the hospital. She was wondering if there was anything I could do. So I worked with her and made a differential diagnosis between the Ileo-Caecal valve, which is right near the appendix, and the appendix, and diagnosed that she had an Ileo-Caecal valve problem, and it was actually inflamed. So we gave her some chlorophyll, which is reputed to help the Ileo-Caecal valve calm down. I said, come back early next week, stay in touch with me, here's my numbers, so that you can stay in touch over the weekend. Because if this is appendix stuff, you're going to need to do something more drastic than me. As the world turns, the stomach turns, as synchronicity goes, a friend of mine came in a few hours later, and he said, I just got back from the hospital, I've been diagnosed with with appendicitis. Glenn had 2 little kids, he was married, he didn't have insurance, and in America, if you don't do that, you're not allowed, you're going to have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars getting better. He said, you've got to do something. And I said, Glenn, I don't know. And he said, just please, Mick, he said, you've got to do something. So I tested him, and it tested up that he needed acupuncture, and it was indeed the appendix that was in trouble. And so I found the points for the acupuncture, and my reference book said this is not the recommended procedure for appendicitis, but Glenn was pretty desperate, so put him on a table, and I kept coming in to test him. You can test when needles are done with acupuncture, and it took a long time. I think over an hour, and I took the needles out, and he stood up and said, no, thanks, it feels a lot better, and left, and has never come back with appendicitis, at least not as long as I knew him. I heard last year maybe from another doctor that 30% of appendices taken out of a person are normal. And I think it's because the differential diagnosis is not accurate. It's an Ileo-Caecal valve spasm as opposed to an adrenal problem, or an appendix problem. And they're taking out healthy appendix now. I think when they do, the Ileo-Caecal valve screams aloud as a boy. They came in and got that one. I'm staying here. I don't know why people get better, but I do see them get better. I was telling my cousin about this, and he said, boy, you better have some really good health, not malpractice insurance. And I'm like, wow, everybody wants everybody to be scared of everything, and nobody can do anything out of the usual, or even if they know to do it. That somebody else isn't trying to scare them with the oogie boogie, you better have some good insurance. I got advice later on from a tax attorney. He said, why don't you drop your malpractice insurance? I did. I don't carry it. I don't practice anymore. But one of the best things I ever did. Have fun. Live life differently.